Hi, this is Peter Stanley. Welcome to my channel. Today is Monday, June 13th, 2022, and this is a pepper grow update. So start out on the porch. I've got this AutoPot set up in a 4x2 tray. This is a Easy2Go valve. This comes with the valve and you plug it into the reservoir. You can use anything for a reservoir. This is an AutoPot, 12 gallon. And these valves kind of work like almost like a flood and drain sort of. They allow water to come up and it'll actually draw the water down as the plants use it down, and then it'll fill back up to that set level. It looks like quite a bit. Like I think that since it's warm and there's a lot of sunlight, this should have that balance in it, especially when they start growing. But I also need to do something to cover this to block out algae and mosquitoes and stuff. But at least I've got it set up. So I've got like Ancient Sweet, Togarashi, Kingstar Starscream, Emerald Purple crossed with Chocolate Moruga, so Jimmy Johnson cross, Caprica, another Emerald Purple crossed with Chocolate Moruga, and Ojiamba Yellow. Over here I've got some more AutoPot stuff. I just haven't connected them yet. This one is a Galapagos Habanero and it's in a self-watering container, and I've got this 7-pot orc in a 3.9 gallon, and these are my chocolate ricotta's and 5-gallon fabric pots. They're also set up for AutoPot, and the valves will go here, and there'll be a cover like on this, and there'll be the valve in there. AutoPot recommends, like when you transplant them, to kind of let them establish for about a week before you actually plug up the valves. So that's why I haven't hooked those up yet, but that'll be hooked up to this reservoir. So I got all my drip stuff set up. Carbonero Mustard Gold F4. It's another one from Jimmy Johnson's shared with me. Papachito from Lena Asma. It's African Chinets. I got 2 of these Faria cross. I don't know what it was crossed with. Originally I was trying to grow out, it was labeled as Faria, but it came out, I could tell it was crossed, but it has kind of like a 7-pot flavor, and they're really hot and very productive. And the leaves have kind of a distinct shape. The edges are kind of jagged almost. Like I've noticed that on the others I grew. That's pretty cool. They're unique. As another 7-pot orc. These plants have really good genetics. I mean, they just grow like trees. I mean, you could, I'm really looking forward to these. It's another Ojiamba Yellow, and it's got, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong too. It's got some little peppers forming on it. It looks almost like they're like the Mako radi, which is another African chinense, and I actually had a few of those, and I thought I had it already planted out here, and I didn't. So I inadvertently gave those away, so I don't have a Mako radi. But this might be close enough. Peppers look like maybe a little bit smaller. They're probably still growing, but that's pretty cool. It's a Reaper cross with Moruga. 7-pot Primo. Got a couple sunburnt leaves. The new growth is looking okay on that. It's a Thai plant, and I call it YZ Thai because it came from, I had fresh Thai peppers from an Asian store called YZ Asian, and so that saves seeds, so that's what that is. Over here is Stavros. These are the kind of peppers like you'd see in your Olive Garden salad, or like the Papa John's pizza box. Of course, those are pickled, but that's that kind of pepper. It's Ladyfinger. Kingstar Yellow. It's Chocolate Paprika. It's looking pretty good. This Ancient Sweet is growing really well, and I've got a few nice peppers on there too. These actually get bigger than this, and yeah, there's quite a few forming. It's Healthy Gusun. That's how it was labeled. It came from Semillas La Palma, And I've never grown this before. I think it's like a really mild type pepper. It looks very productive. Chocolate Primo Cross, growing it again. Super productive. It's like the third year of growing that. Kingstar Lemon Starburst. Swiss chocolate. It's been a while since I've grown this. It's like a habanero type dark chocolate that, like, not super hot. It's probably on the milder side for habanero, and it's got like a really sweet flavor. I liked it the last time I grew it. Habanero Naranja Picante is another one from Semillas La Palma, and it's starting to produce. You've got a little pod there. There's a couple more. This one and this one are both Ricado Ají Largo. Here's another Galapagos Habanero. I don't think there's any fruits on there yet. That's growing. Well, this is a Ají Japan. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong too. It's a Bacadum type pepper. It's got a few fruits on it. This Ají Mango. And yeah, it's got a fruit there. Large Cayenne. It's growing really well. It hasn't produced fruits yet, but it's got some flowers. It looks like it's going to be pretty productive. Sweet Shito is a cross between the Shishito and Stavros. So the pods look similar to both, but they have they're sweet with like a medium heat. And I've never grown this. I'm not sure how they turn out. This PI 281317, but it's growing really well. I think it's a Chinense type plant. Dato de Mocha Peach. This is another one I got from Matt's Peppers. This is Jericho Orange, originally from Jeff Hobbs, and this is my second year growing it. But it's growing really tall. But it's got some peppers on there. It's pretty cool. It's a Kingstar Starscream. This one's growing more vertical than the other one I have, but the fruits are looking the same. It's got like a bunch of little clusters of these kind of fruits. And let's see, Ají Verde. This plant will probably get pretty huge once it takes off. I grew it once before and it got really big and produced a lot. Ají Jaguar. It's got a lot of foliage on it. This white Reaper looks really pitiful, but I've had plants like this before. They, start out just like, pitiful and whatever, and eventually they usually take off. But it's Ají Peru and Sangria. I grew this because there's a couple of Kingstar crosses, crossed with Lenzo that they cross both ways. But I think it's like an ornamental type pepper. I'm not sure, but it's got a bunch of little like purplish fruits. That's pretty cool. And this is another Emerald Purple crossed with Chocolate Moruga. And yeah, so that's it. I think they're doing really well. I got these put out here about a week ago. Got the drip system going. The cocoa mat stuff did really well. Getting these going, kind of staging these for going outside. Don't forget, like if you go to the AutoPot USA site, if you use the coupon code Pepperdactyl10, you get 10% off your order. And I'll put a link in the description, direct link. It'll apply the coupon code. It's an affiliate link, so I earn a commission, but you also get a discount, so it's a win-win. But the AutoPot stuff is nice. The first time I'm really using it this year, and I'm really impressed with it so far. But let me show you a couple things I've got indoors, and we'll wrap this up. I've got a little bit of noise pollution in here, but I'll be brief. This is another Togarashi plant in one of these little tiny self-watering containers. And this is another Naranja Habanero Picante, and it's in this Linus system. I don't know, so it hasn't fruit. There's a lot of flowers, but there's a lot of flower and leaf drop. But see, it's got a pretty good root system in there. And I got this cilantro that's not really getting proper light because everything's raised up for this, but I might transport this out to my large cracky barrel. And this is CGN 21566. It's also in a self-warning container, and this is a Thai plant, and the same thing. And I'm going to do a detailed video on this automated system I made, but I just briefly show it again. So it's a Galapagos Habanero. In here I've got the Tibia light. I've got a pulse grow monitor in here. It's a fan. So yeah, I need to check my light levels with the quantum sensor. That's why I think I'm getting a little bit of leaf curl. I might be getting a tad bit too much light. But the humidity levels and all that have been fine. They've been like 50% or less. The temps have been okay, so like around 70. So anyway, so just a quick overview. I've got this timer. It runs a pump for 25 seconds every 6 hours. And when that turns on, I've got this bucket full of nutrient water. And I've got it oxygenated just to kind of keep it circulated, but also kind of supercharges it with oxygen. So when it's like a really small submersible pump, I think like a 50 gallon per hour. When that turns on, it pumps up through here, comes in there to this little halo ring, and it waters around the plant. And then it's in a fabric pot with cocoa coir on a pot elevator. So the excess runs out the bottom, goes here, and then drains out into this bucket. I've also got an intake fan on the top and an exhaust fan that's blowing out here, so it keeps fresh air circulated throughout. It's pretty much set and forget. You haven't really timed how long it takes, but it lasts pretty well. It depends on how, the speed of power of your pump and how long you have it running. But this seems like basically you want to turn it on manually and see how long it takes to run out the bottom, and then set it for about that. But anyway, yeah, I think it looks pretty good. It's done a lot of growing since it's been in there. The TV light's done really well. I did a video on this a while back. There's not really been any excitement about the light, but I think it's pretty good value. It's highly efficient, and it's got all name brand parts, manual driver, Samsung diodes. It's dimmable, and it's a 110 watt light. The last I checked, which was today, it wasn't on sale. Just the retail is $49.99. So I mean, it's probably one of the best value lights. And I'll put a link. I'll show you the video. I should put the video link at the top, and I'll put a link in the description if you want to check it out. Yeah, so I'll do a more detailed description of it on a separate video dedicated to this. But I think it's pretty cool. So anyway, going to wrap this up. That's my grow update. I think it's like the 5th update of the year. So everything's going really well, and I'll keep you posted on the progress. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you like that. Please like, comment, and subscribe.